if you're out in the real world, well, I live in this box. It's called the internet. No. If you're out in the real world and you come across something like, say, I don't know, the police decided to fuck with somebody and you have your cell phone handy and you start recording it, do not tell the police that you're recording it. Even though it is legal for you to record the video, don't tell them you're recording it, because there's a woman said that she told the police that she was filming them after a fatal encounter between 6 police officers and one guy. They beat the shit out of him. They kicked him and they clubbed him, and about an hour afterwards, the man died. Police showed up at their door, confiscated without a police warrant their cell phones. And they just said, okay, well, you have to give us your cell phones. No, you don't. You don't have a warrant. And they obviously didn't know they didn't need a warrant, or that the police needed a warrant rather. And when they got the phones back, one of the video had been deleted from the phone. So if you are out there and you see something like this happening, and you record something like the police are doing, something screwing up, upload that video immediately, if at all possible. I mean, or save it to an offline site off of the phone, because if someone gets a hold of your phone, or the cop walks up to you and rips the phone out of your hand, there's no saving that footage. Now, when if someone has footage of the police screwing up, and the cop, we use the same technology the cops would use against us. So this way, if they do something wrong, we can go say, here it is. This is exactly what they did. Joe, your thoughts?
Yeah, this is just crazy. I've shot video with my own phone, and I've tried to email it to myself just to get the clip off my phone. Mm-hmm. And I've gotten messages like, clip is over 20 megabytes, get on Wi-Fi. And I thought, wow, what if I really needed to get the video off my phone in a hurry?
Right.
Like if a cop was trying to take it from me. And the police do go after people who are filming them. I mean, just look on YouTube. There's countless videos of police harassment on YouTube, and Absolutely. You see the cops turning to the camera person being like, you better not be filming me! And,
yep.
In this case, the police came to their homes and demanded the phones.
Yeah, now that was a bit weird.
Yeah, so I don't understand that. I mean, they gave up their own phones. They had no warrant. So if the police knock on your door and they don't have a warrant, you can just not open the door and tell them to get off your property.
Yeah, you can, pretty much. You can say, hey, you got a warrant? Well, then you come back with a warrant, and then I'll give you the phone.
Mm-hmm. As soon as I'm done uploading this.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it's the problem there is when you say to get on the Wi-Fi, for one, is that if you're trying to upload it, in many cases, because it's the cell signals in that case. The cell companies, they don't want you to hog all the bandwidth. Otherwise, you would be uploading pictures or videos from your phone all the time. But I think there should be maybe something built into the phone, so you can say, or work with the cell companies that we can do this. I mean, sure, if it costs us a little bit more, go for it. But we should be able to do this. I mean, this is sometimes important shit that's going on out there, and we need to be able to see what the hell is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal, your thoughts?
It's a bad story. I read several articles into this because they really weren't clear. So apparently this guy was intoxicated, and then they were called out to that, and he was resisting arrest.
Mm-hmm.
But, it was like minutes of beating and kicking, and then finally the guy goes unconscious, and then they do CPR. Well, we all know that brain death can occur within like 5 minutes of not having any oxygen, and apparently This guy was anoxic, and they wouldn't have gotten him back anyway. I think the woman said that in an attempt to get them to just stop.
Right.
Beating him, and I think I would have done the same thing. Hey, I'm filming your ass, just to get him to stop. She saw the guy was in trouble. And the boyfriend of the daughter of the lady also was filming it, and this is the cell phone apparently that the footage is missing from.
Right.
The Supreme Court's already said that filming the police is legal. You're totally within your right. But I do see where she was coming from in trying to stop it. I think it was just a matter of just stop it. You know?
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. The only problem with it is that the police don't care. They don't give a shit. You say, well, I'm filming you, and they're gonna go, fuck you. I don't care. I'm the fucking cops. I can fucking speed, and who's gonna pull me over, huh?
Right. Well, the sheriff turned around and said that the phones were seized as evidence of his deputy's conduct. and that he gave them to the Bakersfield police, and then, of course, they were now turned over to the FBI.
Yeah.
So he's trying to say that I'm trying to say that my deputies were in the right.
Yeah.
And the bad part about it is it's a race now.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, what are you going to do?
Yeah, if the police, the thing is that with the technology that the FBI has, they can clone that phone and they can freeze it's not exactly a real hard drive, but it's close to a hard drive on there. It's a digital hard drive. They can freeze the phone so nothing else gets put onto it. They can put it in airplane mode, so no new data gets added to the phone, and then they can piece back together the information that's on that phone. So it's a very long process.
Yeah, I was going to say that now that the FBI has the phones, they can actually recover. They're in the best position to recover deleted files.
Right, and hopefully that they do. And
I suspect they will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're really good at that.
Yes.
I suspect they will.
Dave, your thoughts?
My thoughts are that I don't understand why they would have seized the phone had there not been something on there for them to seize in the first place. I mean, I don't think that they're just seizing a phone that doesn't have some sort of content on it that they want.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what the whole point is, of why they exactly...
I think they erased something that was on that tape, and I think that they were in the wrong in what they were doing.
Right. You know, that's evidence tampering. You know,
that is evidence tampering. I suspect that the FBI will find something on those cell phones. I mean, there's 2 cell phones and 2 different people who are saying that they were filming.
Right.
I suspect that the FBI is going to be able to recover something. Whether or not we'll hear about it in the future or they release that, who's to say? But
right. I hope they are able to recover, because this, according to the video, I was watching the other cell phone video that was uploaded, and it was from earlier this month at 1 a.m. apparently. So this is fairly recent.
I saw a surveillance video that...
Is that what the surveillance video is?
It was a surveillance video that they had released.
Okay.
And that was pretty conclusive that someone was getting beaten pretty severely.
Yeah, the video. Yeah, that video was hard to watch because it was just because it was so far it wasn't out of focus, but it was just because it was nighttime, and
it was a difficult
distance
video
thing.
to watch. Yeah.
Yes.
It wasn't a great angle.
Right. And if it wasn't for that, I think they would have been busted on that, just on that alone. But the video is very sketchy. You can't see any faces. You don't know who.
You have to upload it to YouTube as quickly as you possibly can if you've got something like that. I mean, what I don't understand is they made it home with their cell phones. The police came and seized the cell phones at their home. It's not as though they weren't within Wi-Fi range. They should have uploaded that to YouTube or something like that.
Well, some people are not really technically inclined, Dave.
Well, I'm not either.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
not either, but I understand the concept of like uploading something to YouTube.
Yeah, well, some people don't know how to do that. I mean, it took me a little. I'm fairly technically inclined to go, oh, okay, that's how you do that. Okay, so it takes. I don't explore all the options on the cell phone. So in some cases, some people don't.
Yeah, but if you've got some sort of footage of the police doing something that's completely inappropriate,
you think you would be backing that up right away?
You'd be trying to do something. You'd be putting forth effort.
Right. They may. You know, there's a possibility that they may have actually been trying to do that. They may have gotten home not too long ago, and they were talking about it. You know, people they talk and they forget. Well, I got to get this stuff off the phone because they figure the cops are going to come knocking on my door.
That's completely possible.
And, so they just kind of put it off. Said, oh gosh, what should we do with this video? You know, and they were discussing it. The cops go, hey, we want your cameras. Okay, so.
Yeah, no, sure. I'm just saying what I think it's the most plausible situation.
Oh yeah, no, but there's a lot of we don't know the full details, but once we do know the details, we'll know exactly why they didn't upload it later or sooner than later. But sooner was definitely be more advantageous in this instance. Dylan, your thoughts?
Well, I feel like I'm just copying what everyone else is saying, but you're making exactly the same points that I would. Like Joe said, there's a shocking amount of this kind of footage on YouTube of police harassment. It's terrible.
Yes.
And they wouldn't have seized it if they weren't trying to hide something. Guilty people don't run. It's that same old thing.
Right.
I mean, I haven't had any kinds of these experiences myself, but it's really concerning to think that these people who are made out to be heroes and we're told from such an early age that they're not scary and they're there to help you, And then on the other hand, there's all this content that speaks to the contrary. And a lot of the time they get away with it because of their position as law enforcement officers,
Right.
So it's all, it's really saddening and concerning.
Right, yeah. Let's just say for shits and giggles, not even a giggle in this instance, let's just say that the FBI is unable to recover the video off this, and then these sheriff's deputies are going to go, hey, we got away with it. What's the word, then the word gets out through their grapevine. They go, all you got to do is, man, hey, just take the phone from them. And don't, most of them don't know their rights anyway. Well, just erase it. Most chances they won't be able to get it back.
Exactly. Yeah. It's really scary.
It is really scary. And the fact is, that the police do shit with impunity. And they know they can do it with impunity. And they're doing it all the time. Just watch your local police. You're just driving down the street. Go the speed limit, especially if you're going and then you're got a cop coming up here, doesn't have his lights on, and just watch him just whiz right on by you. And he'll be going 5 to 10 miles over, and who's going to pull him over? Really?
Yeah, exactly. I've seen that 100 times myself.
Yeah. And it's not uncommon because they think they're above, they are the law, so they're above the law.
So they're above it. Exactly. Yeah.
So it's a sad situation.